Today I'm doing a really fun video because I have no idea how it's gonna turn out, and I don't know if you're following, if you're watching me on YouTube, I don't know if you have been following Lisa D1, but if you did, then you must know that she had published a certain picture of a model on Pinterest, and she was trying to recreate this look, and it's such a gorgeous look and she did such a good job that it totally got me inspired and hooked up on that same look, and I'm probably inserting it right about now. So I decided to recreate it myself. I'm using some different shades and products because I just don't have everything that Lisa has. So we'll see about that, but you know what? Let me show you how it turned out. This is the look that I've created, or recreated would be more correct, after Lisa D1 did it, and I am inserting the picture somewhere here. I hope you like the look that I did. You can see it a bit closer, and if you want to know how I created, then keep on watching. Okay, so let's get started, and I'm gonna start off with my lips. I'm gonna prime them because I want to create this really muted lip, and in order for me to do that I need to use some drier product, so I want to prep them straight away. So I'm using my MAC's Prep and Prime. Okay, now it's done. I'm gonna go straight to my eyes because I predict that I'm gonna have quite a lot of fallouts and I don't want to mess my face. So I'm gonna start with my eyes, and I'm gonna start off with using a primer because we are doing quite a heavy look on the eyes. I am going to be using my mini primer potion by Urban Decay. Now the next step is going to be putting all over the lid shadow, and the purpose of that, I am going to be using a cream base on top of that, but since I am going to be using a lot of colors, it just will help me blend them out later. So I'm using my Bourjois single eyeshadow in the shade 08. Before I go any further, I want to finish my brows. And the reason I'm doing them now and not after I finish my eye look is because I want my eyebrows to kind of frame my eyes. When you're doing such a colorful and bold eye, it's really easy to get lost. It's really easy to do things really high. But since this look is so smoky and is so gradual, and gradual is the key phrase here, you have to do it gradually, you have to do it step by step, layer by layer, and only then will it be that gradual smoky effect. So if I want to create that, I really need to know my boundaries. I don't have big eyelids like Lisa D1 has, so I have to work with that, and I have to always keep in mind where am I stopping, where do I stop one color and begin the other. So this is why I'm doing my eyebrows now. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over to the base of my entire eye look, and I want it to be a dark one. I don't have, the best thing is to have a matte black cream shadow, but I don't have one. So I'm gonna be using this one by MAC, and it's called For Effect. It's black with a lot of silver glitters, so I'm gonna have to work with that later on. I'm gonna apply it all the way up to my crease and then blend. Let you go all alone, keep me inside. When I'm strung out, full of doubt, you keep me alive. With a smile on your face and the hair in your eyes, I won't let you go this time. I won't let you go. Let you go all alone. Now the way I'm gonna approach this look is by doing it, as I said, layering. I'm gonna layer first of all the lightest colors, and afterwards a bit darker, darker and darker, and the darker I go, the closer I will be going to my lash line, because the most of the darkness is concentrated right there, creating that cat eye effect. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the first eyeshadow, which is Satin Taupe by MAC, and I'm gonna apply it all over my eye, right up above my crease, and then I'm gonna take a small, stiff, tiny brush, it's a detailing brush, and I'm gonna just draw that line where I want the darkness to stop, and it will be my sign for the cat eye, for the flick.
I won't let you go all alone. Keep me inside. I'm strung out, full of doubt. You keep me alive. With a smile on your face and the hair in your eyes, I won't let you go this time. I won't let you go. I won't let you go all alone. Keep me inside. I'm strung out, full of doubt. You keep me alive. With a smile on your face and the hair in your eyes.
As you see, I've messed up the other eye, but don't worry, that's exactly the reason why we're doing the eyes first. So what I did, I took a makeup wipe and erased the things and erased this eye, and now I'm gonna go back with the shadow again. Okay, now that I have my first line of the eye drawn, I'm gonna blend until there are no harsh lines up here.
You've been on my mind. You've been on my mind.
What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take a shade of eyeshadow that's really close to my flesh tone, and for me this is either Bisque or the Bourgeois shade that I used earlier, and I'm gonna blend with this using a clean brush all the way up to my brow, and this is how we separate, how we make that gradual effect until the eyebrow. This is exactly the reason that we drew our eyebrows beforehand.
All alone, keep me inside. I'm strung out, full of doubt. You keep me alive. With a smile on your face and the hair in your eyes, I won't let you go this time. I won't let you go.
Okay, now that we have a complete mess around our eyes and it seems as if we just been punched in both our eyes, we're gonna go to the next eyeshadow. Now, I know that Lisa D used Smut by MAC, but I actually don't own that shade, so I was looking for something that is going to be darker than the Satin Taupe that I used first, and it will have that reddish undertones that you can see obviously on the picture. So I chose to use Blackberry, and it really is a different shade. It's not exactly like the one that Lisa D1 used, but we're gonna make it work. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a pencil brush just exactly like Lisa did, and I'm gonna use that Blackberry shade to go over my upper lash line and blend upwards.
You keep me alive. With a smile on your face and the hair in your eyes, I won't let you go this time. I won't let you go. I won't say goodbye. I've lost track of the days
And blending again.
you've entered my life. They all think that we're crazy. I tell them they're right.
Going back with the Satin Taupe all over again.
You've been on my
And again with the Blackberry.
I won't say it, I won't say it, I won't say goodbye. I won't let you go all alone. Keep me inside. I'm strung out, full of doubt. You keep me alive. With a smile on your face and the hair in your eyes, I won't let you go this time. I won't let you go.
Now that the shape of the bit more clear, we can see that I didn't extend my eyebrow quite as long as I probably should have, so I'm gonna fix that now. I'm gonna take a bit of Max Rice Baker to use as a highlight on my brow and in my inner corner. Now, in my look, I'm gonna use actually two sets of black. One is more of a grayish kind of black, and it's the one by Inglot. And the second one is a true matte black, and this one is my Bourgeois. So, I'm gonna start off with the grayish matte, this one. And I'm gonna be applying it with a little detailing brush, just because I don't want it going anywhere. So I'm taking this little tiny brush by Coastal Sands and starting applying that closer to my lash line.
But you're cool with that. I told you I was nervous. You smiled and laughed. You've been on my mind. You've been on.
And blend again.
I won't let you go all alone.
Now over this black mess, I'm gonna go again with satin taupe and then again with blackberry.
With a smile on your face and the hair in your eyes, I won't let you go this time. I won't let you go.
I'm going back with the same black again.
I've lost track of the days since you've entered my life. They all think that we're crazy. I tell them they're right. You've been on my mind.
Now I'm going with the same black underneath my eye.
I won't let you go all alone. Keep me inside. I'm strung out.
And now I'm going back with my final black, the black by Bourgeois, and I'm gonna apply it as close as I possibly can to my lash line. Now, as you can probably tell, I have quite a lot of fallout and my eyes aren't even yet, but don't worry, we're gonna get it all fixed before we start doing our skin. So the next step for me is to take a really black whole liner and to line my waterline.
I've lost track of the days since you've entered my life. They all think that we're crazy. I tell them they're right. You've been on my mind.
Now what I'm going to do next is to clean all the fallout and even out my eyes. I'm going to do it using both the makeup wipe and a makeup remover and a Q-tip. And after that I'm going to go straight away to putting my lashes on. And the lashes that I'm going to be using are those, they're by Ardell and they're Hold 103 Blacks. They're very dramatic, as you can tell, but also the look that I created, so we have to go hand in hand with it together. Okay, lashes time. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take this black liner. This is the Super Liner Perfect Slim by L'Oreal, and I'm gonna go over the band so it will look a bit more seamless. And then I'm just gonna take my black again and go over it and smudge it upwards.
on my mind. I don't know what to call us, but you're cool with that. I told you I.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take my mascara and I'm gonna try to blend my lashes with the fake ones. I'm using for that my L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara, and I'm gonna apply my Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara to my bottom lashes.
Where I'm strung out, full of doubt, you keep me alive. With a smile on your face and the hair in your eyes, I won't let you go this time. I won't let you go. Won't let you go.
Okay, now the next thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a little smudger brush. It's a fluffy smudgers, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over those lines that I have created with my eye makeup remover, and I'm gonna just smudge them a little bit so they won't look so perfect. Okay guys, so we finally finished our eyes, and now I'm gonna go to the skin, to my prepped skin. For that I'm gonna be using my Givenchy Eclat in the shade 03, and I'm gonna apply it all over my face using my Dior brush. Now, before I go any further, I want to apply my corrector to the under eye area, and I'm using just the Bobbi Brown's corrector in Light Bisque. Okay, now before I go any further, I want to start doing my lips because the lip process actually takes a little while. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this MAC pencil. It's from the Hey Sailor collection, and it's called Saunter. It's a very, very neutral, almost the same as my skin color tone. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna apply it all over my lips, completely. I'm gonna cover them up. I'm gonna blend it in a bit, and I'm just gonna let it sit while I do the rest of my face, so it will be prepared by the time I finish with my face and want to do my lips. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to concealing, and I'm gonna conceal my under eye area using this Tarte's concealer. It's the shade Fair, and you need just a tiny bit of it because it's very pigmented.
I don't know how we happened, we just kinda.
Now, to conceal any blemishes or remaining scars that I have, and I do have quite a lot today, I'm gonna be using a brand new concealer for me. It's the Urban Decay 24/7 in the shade CIA.
I don't know what to call us, but you're cool with that. I told you I was nervous, you smiled and laughed. You've been on my mind.
Okay, so it looks okay now. I do want to powder a bit because my skin tends to be a bit oily, and although the foundation does have a matte effect, I want to seal everything in, so I'm going to be using my MAC Select Sheer Cover and a large fluffy brush. I'm not going to powder all over it, just the places where I know I get shiny. Okay, so I actually, when I first looked at the picture, I saw only a bit of bronzer without any kind of blush, but then when I looked a bit closer, and Lisa D1, when she recreated it, she did use a blush, She said that she didn't see either any kind of blush in the picture, but when I look at it today, I actually can see a slight peachiness on the cheekbones, and it doesn't seem like the kind of color that would come off from using just a bronzer. So I'm gonna use a bronzer, just that, and then on top of that, only on the tops of my cheekbones, I'm gonna be using a little bit of MAC's Warm Soul. The reason that I'm using that is both because it has a little bit of peachiness, it has a little bit of sheen, so it will give me that highlight that I want to but cannot use because the look is so matte. And as well, it is so natural looking that it will just seamlessly blend with the bronzer that I'm going to be using. I am using a non-orthodox bronzer. I'm using just the MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish Neutral in Medium Deep, which is 2 shades deeper than, or 1 shade. It's 1 shade deeper than the regular MSF Natural that I use, so it will give me that glow that I want.
Crazy, I tell them they're right. You've been on my mind. You've been on my mind.
Now I'm gonna be using a really tiny brush. This is Sigma's FO5, and I'm gonna apply with it my MAC's my MAC's Warm Salt just on the tops of my cheekbones. And now I'm gonna go over again with my foundation brush. And seal it in. Okay, so our eyes are done, our skin is done, and now I'm gonna go back to the lips. Now, I do want to line them because I do want them to be really separated, but the shade that I'm going to be using to line them is not the same shade that I used to fill them in. I'm going to be using actually NYX 849 Beige, and I just have to go exactly over the ridge of my lip, not over it, not under it, exactly on the ridge. So let us do it. Like this. Now, the shade of lipstick that I'm using is super natural. It's like the type of colors that will mute your lips completely. This is exactly the reason why I felt the need to put something underneath to give a little peachiness to shine through. And this is MAC's Secret Lover.
That I told you I was nervous. You smiled and laughed. You've been on my mind.
Now, over the top of that, actually, when I look at the picture, the original picture, I can't see any kind of gloss, but I do see some sort of a lip balm. So there is kind of a sheen there, and I want to replicate it now. It's the Jade Lip Gloss in Crystalic 553 Dusty Pink. Now I'm gonna start applying that from the center of my lips and then just blend them into the corners. You see how it added just a little bit of that oomph, but still you cannot actually notice that I am using a gloss. So that's exactly the effect that I wanted to do. All that is left for me right now is to do my hair, and I'll be back. So this is the look that I've created, or recreated would be more correct. I hope you like it. I did use some different products than the ones Lisa D1 used, but I still think that it looks close enough, and I hope you like it. Please let me know if you're a YouTube viewer. Please let me know in the comments below. If you're a podcast viewer, please leave me a comment in the blog post, which you can find on makeup-magazine.com. I will be really happy to see all of you there. Don't forget that many things that I don't post on video, I do post on my blog, such as reviews, my opinions, comparisons, etc. So if you want to know exactly what's going on with me, please follow. I will be really happy to see you all, and until my next video, bye!